Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be doing a video covering how to mix your acrylic paints. Now I know there's a bunch of videos that explain a lot of stuff on YouTube and everything. I'm just going to talk to you about what I know works for me. So here we have just a little bit of water. We have our Floetrol. This size bottle, you can find it at your big box store. It was, I believe, around $5-6 bucks. But if you get the gallon, I think I paid, it was like 13 bucks for the gallon, which is basically like 3.5 to 4 of these. So something to keep in mind. The paints we're going to be using are Craftsmarts. These are the little hobby paints that you get at Michael's. This is just the beginning of my artistic journey, so I am really not wanting to spend a lot of money on the really expensive paints right now. So I'm gonna go with what works for me, and for me these little paints are perfect. So we're going to be mixing up some of these paints. We have here an Ocean Breeze, we have a bright yellow, we have a royal blue, and we have a cherry cobbler. Here we have some wood glue, and we have 4 clear cups with 4 craft sticks. Going to help us in our mixing journey. So to start off with, I'm going to clear some of this out of the way just so you can have a clear vision so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move the Floetrol out of the way and move the paints out of the way. So first things first, the way I do it, I use a measuring cup. I have a small shot glass that I use for the Floetrol, and then I have a second one for the glue. I don't always use glue. I sometimes find that the glue makes it a little bit too runny. I know that's kind of weird, but I guess it all depends on how you mix it and the amounts you mix it in. Today we're going to be doing 2-to-1 Floetrol to paint, and I'm not sure if I'm going to add the glue. So for now we're just going to go with 2-to-1 Floetrol to paint. We're going to start with the yellow. So we're going to take our cup, we're going to take the glue, or the paint. I like to just shake them up a little bit just because, you know, who knows how long they've been sitting at the store. Just give it a few little shakes here and there. And then basically I'm just going to, since it's a 2-ounce paint, I'm going to be using the entire bottle. Then I'm going to be adding 4 ounces of the Floetrol. So 1 to 2, 2 to 4. And it's always best to have paper towels because I make a mess, as you can see by my channel name, learning how to paint one mess at a time. So keep that off to the side. We're going to grab our shot glass and we're going to grab our Floetrol. The Floetrol I like to not necessarily shake up, but just kind of stir around just to kind of get it from being too settled, I guess. And then what I'm going to do, since I put 2 ounces of paint in there, I'm going to take 4 of these and put them in there. I'll start off with 2, mix it up a little bit, and then add another one, mix it up a little bit, because I might not need the 4th one, but almost to the top. Just pour it in. Have no fear. Life is too short. There's 1. There's 2. And that's what we have the spoon for, is to kind of just kind of get the remainder out. Set that off to the side. Grab our craft stick and then gently start mixing it in, making sure that you scrape the sides because some of the glue likes to stick to the sides and you don't want to have different concentrations of paint. I don't know why I keep saying glue, of paint in these cups. So yeah, just making sure you scrape the sides, scrape the bottom, get that all nicely mixed in. And what you're left with is Let's see, just bring this up to the camera a little bit closer. See how it more or less just basically almost instantly absorbs itself? That's the consistency that you want. That's what I found that works for me. Again, I'm not saying I'm the best at this. I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm just saying what I know works for me. So there's the yellow one. What I like to do is take another cup and basically just kind of just cover it up a little bit so that it doesn't, for one, dry up. And then we're going to move on to our second color. We are going to be now mixing up the royal blue. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the end because I'm going to be using these paints to make a pour so you guys can actually see that this does work. And if you agree that it does work, please give me a like. And if you don't mind, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. In fact, why don't you go ahead and do that now? Because I know you're going to like it. And you're going to be like, oh my god, that's like the best Floetrol recipe ever. So there we go. One shot. Two shots. Now notice I only put 2 in that one because I didn't find it necessary to add any more. You don't want to overdo it. Not that this stuff is expensive, but you're going to end up with runny paint. You don't want that. So we got our 2 ounces of paint, we got our 2 ounces of Floetrol, and we gently start mixing it in. Remembering to scrape the sides as we go until we get a uniform color. See how this one's a little bit thicker than that yellow one? Doesn't quite want to run off as smoothly. I'm going to add a half of a shot of the Floetrol and see if that fixes it up. So you're going to have to eyeball this. Obviously, you can go all experimental and, you know, weigh it out or find other means to measure. For this amount, I'm just going to eyeball it. There you go. So you just need just a little bit more. Nice. So that one, we'll set that off to the side. Get another cup, cover it, and we'll move on to the next one. Ocean Breeze. Shake, 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 shake. And squeeze out the contents. That is a cool looking color. There you go. Set that off to the side. Take our shot glass. Grab our Floetrol. And there's one shot. Ooh, we got some gunky stuff. I know some people filter their Floetrol and paints and whatnot. I don't really find it necessary. Other than, to me, you know, the clumpiness maybe adds character. No, I'm just kidding. I don't usually get too many clumps, and whenever I see them, I try to get them. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of cool. It's hard to try to split the paint up. There we go. Here comes the color. There you go. I like it. Cover that one up. And now for our final color. The Cobbler Cherry Cobbler Red. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I've used a little bit of this one before, so there's not going to be as much. And I only have the one little bottle. Okay. So we didn't get as much as the other ones. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with the flow. Get it? Floetrol. LOL. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's still a little too thick. I'm gonna do another half shot of the Floetrol. There you go. There it is. So even though this one wasn't a full bottle, it still took about 2 shots of the Floetrol to get a pretty decent consistency. Nice. Alright, I'm going to take a lid, cover that up. We're going to go back through, give them all one good little stir, and then we're going to let them sit. I'm going to let them sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, just to kind of let the air bubbles travel to the top. So that way we don't have to deal with as many when we do our pour. So I'll show you what I mean. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's a bunch of little dots, a bunch of little bubbles right there. So we want to make sure you get them to the surface so they can pop on their own. Because yes, we all love cells, but sometimes we want solid colors instead. Or at least I do. That one's freshly done. I don't know if you see the little black specks on that. Those are all little air bubbles. I know what you're thinking. I'm stirring them right back in. Yeah, possibly, but they'll float back up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give these about 5 to 10 minutes and we'll come right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Now for the pour, to show the fluidity of the recipe, the Floetrol recipe. Here I have a little Lazy Susan that I built. This is what it is. I want to draw a little happy face for you guys, because you guys rock. Just a little itty bitty happy face. Because it's not really the point of this, but I figure, hey, why not bring a smile to somebody's face? Maybe not yours, but maybe someone else that's watching is going to be like, hey, that's cute. And then he messed it all up with a whole bunch of other paint. So we're just going to do a little tongue. Right there. Fill it in a little. Yeah. Alright, so now with that being said, I'm going to do a small ring of whites around, slowly encapsulating the little face. And now the face is done. I like this blue. This blue turned out nice and dark. What do you think so far? I like it. So we're going to recover our paints just because we don't want anything flying in them. So now for the fun part. I'm gonna do magic. Ready? Abracadabra. No? Okay. We'll move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going to initiate the Lazy Susan and see what comes out. I told you I'd do magic. Look, it's going by itself. There we go. Now we're getting some movement. So, to recap, we used 2 ounces of paint and 2 ounces of the Floetrol. We didn't end up using any of the glue, and we didn't need to use any of the water to water it down. And as you can see, it does not have an issue flowing. It is actually flowing pretty well. So yeah, simple recipe, not too expensive. The paints themselves you can buy for like $1 a piece, $1, you know, the little bottles. The Floetrol, you get the 1 size bottle. What was it? The 1 quart size bottle, I believe, is like $5, $6. If you get the gallon, it's about $12, $13 at your local big box store. And yeah, tell me, have you tried this recipe before? If you have, let me know how it worked out for you. If you haven't, please, I invite you to try. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and stop this now and see what came out. And let it come to a rest on its own. I am going to tilt it a little just to get some of that bottom. Some of that bottom up, done up. Let it come to a complete stop. Ooh, yeah. Oh my. So I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick this up too well, but you see little dots, little shooting stars, if you will, of different colors in the paint. Here we got like rainbow colored red, yellow, blues going out from the center. We got the overlaying color pattern right in there where we basically just lay the paints right on top of each other. And just to finish it off, I'm going to now hopefully be able to tilt this until we can get some coverage all the way around. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a negative. This paint is no longer flowing anymore because most of it's all over the plastic now. But the camera is mounted to a tripod, so I can't really move it as well. So hopefully I'll be able to get some pretty good close-ups of this. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to set it back down. I'm going to grab my camera and I'm going to get the close-ups. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, if you liked what I do, please go ahead and give me a like. And if you don't mind, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It'll help me a lot. So now, without further ado, the close-up. Visual proof. See, I have plastic everywhere. I took it down on this side because that's where I was walking. But here we have the piece. Here we see where it looks like white spots. Those are actually all the little mixed colored spots. See if we can get a close-up. Look at that, look at that, look at that detail. That is nice. Uh-oh, stay in focus. Stay in focus, little buddy. I hate the reflection of that light, but there's nothing I can do about it. Oh wait, I can turn it off. I'll probably do that next time. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, easiest Floetrol recipe in the world. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.